Are you not getting your chest forward in the throw? Are you not getting your chest out there to the target when you release the baseball? This is the video for that. We're gonna go through 4 different drills that you can use to get your chest more forward in the throw. There's some things we need to think about from flexibility. There's some things we need to think about from a hip mobility standpoint, but there's also some things that you need to work on in your throwing mechanics to get your chest forward to the throw and get flexed forward as you release the baseball so you can increase your throwing velocity and protect your arm from injury. Four different ways to increase your forward trunk tilt or get your chest forward more in the throw. A lot of pitchers stay straight up and down. And I can say the #1 reason for that is poor mechanics early in the throw and poor flexibility. So we've done a lot of videos on flexibility. I've covered it in a lot of our recent videos. You gotta check those out. Hamstring flexibility is gonna be huge, hip flexor. This video, we're just gonna work on the throw. We're gonna work on the throwing aspect of things. And you can actually increase that by getting more flexible in the throw or using more of your body in the throw. We see a throw like this done all the time where athletes are on one knee. Now, the difference between what happens here and what happens when I actually throw is maybe at the hips it's somewhat similar, but I'm straight up and down and it's hard for me to flex forward, but also my knee is bent when I'm on a knee. When I actually throw, I want to get my leg more straight, or it should straighten a little bit, and I should get into an elongated hamstring position. So one way I can start to work on that is put myself in that position to start, and then use this as my warm-up throw instead of this. And the same time I'm doing that, I'm working on getting my chest forward while I'm in this elongated position. That's going to teach me to move into hamstring elongation as a warm-up. I might do 5-10 of those. Then I have to think about the position my arm is in. So if my arm drags behind, my body's not going to want to go forward further and leave my arm even further behind my body. So if I have arm drag, that can be a big issue here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my arm, put it out in front of my body. So now I'm facing the target. The ball is in close, because the further it gets away, the longer the lever arm, the more inertia or drag force, and the more I'm going to drag my arm. So I shorten it, bring it in close, balls over the shoulder. I'm going to take a big step, get my chest forward and throw. This is one of the best ones to do in your warm-up. I see a lot of throws done with wrist flicks, kind of a waste of time. So here, big step, chest forward, and go. I could be even better about this, but these are things that all of us can work on. So we've got the kneeling, we've got the standing variety. Now we want to work more from a rotational standpoint. We come to a toe touch position. Once again, we bring the elbow slightly out in front of the chest, balls in close. My goal is to cover as much distance towards the target as I possibly can, keeping the ball in close to my head and getting my chest forward. Now, I feel like I have to cover this a little bit here in the middle of this video, which is I see a lot of instructors teaching, get the ball back, reach out, and let the ball come out and around. Let's talk about that for a second. When a figure skater wants to spin fast, rotate fast, what does she do? Or he? They bring their arms in close to their body. Why? It decreases the lever arm length and that inertia, that drag force, so they can spin faster. So when the ball comes in close to your body, you can rotate faster. And that's why if you look at, let's say, Nolan Ryan right here on the screen, you could see Nolan Ryan brings the ball in incredibly close to his head. Now let's look at Jacob deGrom, one of the best in the league right now. Where does he bring the ball? In really close. So if somebody's telling you, oh, we don't like that ball in close to the ear, we don't like that ball in close to the head type stuff, unfortunately, they just don't understand what the most elite throwers in the world do. And that's why we teach a little bit differently. So the ball's got to be in close to the head as I start to go. And it's not about being close to the head, it's really about being close to my center of rotation or my axis of rotation. It's going to allow me to spin faster and eliminate this drag force that keeps me straight up and down in the throw. So now that we've cleared that up, let's go through that one more time. Toe touch, balls in close, elbow slightly out in front of the chest, not way out in front, not behind my body, but slightly out in front. And if you notice, it's about as high as my shoulder. From there, I can get my glove up or glove down and then go up, big step, chest forward and throw. So now I've started to cover some of the rotational aspects. I've started to cover some of the linear plane aspects or sagittal plane aspects of getting out there to the target. And I've gone from very easy on a knee to a little bit more complex. Now, what I'm actually going to do is I like to go from a leg up, and not because a balance point like this ever happens in the throw, but because a balance point here is not necessarily exactly what happens, but it forces me to load into my hip as I go. So it's very difficult to go from here and throw the ball hard without loading my hip properly. But I can go from here and cheat a little bit without actually loading my hip. So that's why we use this drill. So the leg is up, ball's in the glove, and from here, load, chest forward, and throw the baseball. These are some really simple drills that you can implement with all of your guys after your dynamic warm-up when you're starting to get loose, to teach them to get their chest forward more in the throw and get out there towards the target. Here's 4 drills. If you like these 4 drills, let me know in the comments section how they worked for your team and how you're using them. Hit the thumbs up on the button below and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys in the next one.